Good evening, everybody. This is Amy Elias, and we're here to do SNOGA, which is a snowy day of yoga. But it's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And what that means is that we don't want to enliven our bodies to be hot and get like all fiery. What we want to do is we want to soothe it down. We want to feel like we're able to calm the nervous system down, find that sense of integration, and be able to feel like we are in this present moment more than ever. So we want to get ourselves together where we can move into our hearts and bring all the disparities of what's happening in the world right now or what's happening in your life in this moment. We want to ease into this part of the day. Many people have been telling me, and you hear it in the news, you hear from your friends, you hear from family, is that people are feeling very, very fragmented. They're feeling afraid. They're listening to the news. People are dying. So what we want to do is we can't help that, right? We can only do our best, but we want to be able to take what's happening in the world, all that news, all the people that you interface with, and you want to be able to weave it together so that we can eventually close the night and have a sweet, nice slumber of sweet dreams. We need to really sleep. It's very, very important to sleep because that sleep cycle is the rest, repair, and replenish cycle. So if we're not resting easefully and deeply, then we're not actually helping our immune system function at its most optimal place. So this evening, as you can see the snow behind me, it's cold out there, right? And it's very much leaving us maybe a feeling of connected to the people that we live with or connected to the things that we do in the world because we're inside, we're not outside. Some of you may have work outside, like if you're plowing or if you're a first responder or working in the hospital, you're up and out. But those of us who places have closed due to the snow, our jobs, we are working remotely, whatever that is. But we want to come into this moment tonight and we'll just do a 30-minute practice. Want to be able to just come into the focal point, and we'll use the focal point today, this evening. It will be your breath. It'll be something to focus upon so that you can have a sense of clarity, that you're sensitive, and you're able to navigate where you are in time and space. We will also tap into the physical components of the body on a matrix. How do we put our body on this yoga mat, right? So you have a yoga mat. We want to be able to negotiate, navigate where the physical parts of our body go so that everything else comes into deeper and greater alignment. Okay, so we will begin to review and practice the art of being ourselves. I'm just taking a little recording here. So we're going to welcome ourselves into the warmth of this night and fall in love with ourselves, because who else is there, right? And we're coming into that place of embracing all the things that are in our world, in your life. So whatever that is for you. So some people have, I spoke with someone today, they have a disabled child, right? Very difficult when the plow doesn't come and they're worried about how, God forbid, they get out into the world if they needed to. So that's a very big worry. It weighs heavy. There are other people that are expecting new babies and they're worrying, well, is the baby coming tonight? Or what if the baby needed something? And there are elderly people that also are worried because they're wondering, can anyone get to them should they need them? So everybody has a part of their life that's different and unique to them. So just as your practice will be unique to you, the way that I will teach will be broad strokes. So feel free to just tap into any part of this that sounds and feels like it works for you. There's no one way to do this. You have to just show up as yourself. You don't have to show up as a yoga star or thinking that you have to look or wear any particular outfit to do it. So however you show up will be the best place to be. So let's begin to just settle down, and I'm going to I have a couple of accoutrements to share with you. In the cold weather or when we're feeling uprooted, it's nice to have some blocks to either squeeze in, to even squeeze in this way, to squeeze in whichever kinds of ways. And when we're lying down, even in bed, you've heard of weighted blankets. So this is a sandbag. And this sandbag is really nice to put on the tops of the thighs when you're laying down. Or it's also nice to put on the chest or the belly and breathe up against it. So feel that sense of containment should you have a weighted blanket at home or a couple of actual blankets that you can pile upon you. That feels really good with some books. So sometimes I'll just put a whole bunch of books on a client, feeling that weight. And I wanted to bring that up to you. That's a way of creating a nice sense of connection in the nervous system, much like when wires are exposed in an electrical system and you get electrical tape to bind it back up because it's open, they can get frayed. So what we want to do is bind our own nervous system, and that's what we're going to do right now. Alrighty, so get a blanket too for you at the end. I have a nice blanket that my sister-in-law and brother gave to me. It's nice and cozy, it's fuzzy inside, and it's a nice snuggle way. So you can take that blanket, and if you wish, you can just sit upon it right between your knees and come to sit down over here. If you want, you can even put the block between your feet and sit down. Let's just come into this nice relaxing place. Close your eyes and just begin to tap into who you really are in this time, place, reality. Feeling your breath. Notice with awareness the expansion of your own breath. So we come into this warmth. If you're in front of a fireplace, God bless you. I love that. I actually like to do yoga right in front on the slate in front of the fireplace, getting nice and warm. And then very gently inhale, just begin to stand up. So inhale on your knees, come all the way up, and then exhale, come down. So this time of the evening, we really don't want to do back bends. We want to really be gentle. More forward bends soothes the nervous system. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, come all the way up. This time, exhale, come all the way down on your sit bones and dive forward. So you're already preparing the body for that place of a forward bend. And find that breath. Good. And then gently inhale, curl your toes, remove your blanket or whatever you might have had. Could be the block as well. And you remove it and bring it off to the side. From there, we will begin to plant our hands on the floor. Look at the pads on your palms of your hands and begin to root the index finger knuckle, the base of the thumb, the pinky, and the outer wrist. Planting them both down with the wrist points being parallel to the front line of your mat. Gently inhale and exhale, softening the breath. On your next inhale, look forward, and then exhale, just press back, keeping the hands where they are. Moving on the breath, inhale, float forward, keeping nice and warm, and exhaling, releasing. Inhale, float forward, and exhale, releasing. As the head is always down, it creates a sense of quietude. And exhale, two more. Moving with the inhale, which lifts you up. Your face comes forward. And then exhale, soften back. Last one. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, release. On your next inhale, curl the toes, look forward, lift the knees, and press back to down dog. If that's difficult for you or challenging, please stay down on your knees. This will be just as well. And exhale, softening. Inhaling and exhale. If you're in down dog, just pedal your feet, lift your heels, one heel, and drop the other. So you're pedaling and pedaling
and pedaling and pedaling. And then gently inhale, look forward and look down to the ground. So you can almost see your reflection in the lake of your yoga mat. Then drop your knees and lower yourself all the way down. Point your toes away and then open up your heart. And then exhale, softening. Begin to just swivel to the left and right. We're coming into a mini opening Shalabhasana. So interlace your hands behind your back. Look forward to the earth and just lift up. Clicking the toes down, create connection to the core earth, to all that supports us, so that we find a place to land into after a long day in the middle of a pandemic on a cold, snowy day. And then exhale, plant your hands down and come right back up into pose of a child. You can take your book or block and place it right under your forehead and just stay here high upon your fingertips. We want to root down, let the sit bones work towards the heels, and let the top of the fontanelle of the head work towards the camera on your screen. Find the breath, a full, deep breath, the place of focus. And then inhale high upon your fingertips. Step forward with your right foot. You can use your block right next to you. You can use two blocks. Come high on your fingertips, looking ahead, dragging back knee to front heel. You can press your hands here onto the top of the block. You can sit high on your fingertips and just soften. Feeling the top of that left thigh get deeper into the hip socket. Drag back knee to front heel. You almost feel like your left hip draws forward and your right hip pulls back. And soften. On your next inhale, just come to the outer edge of your right foot. And you can take both hands to the inside of your right foot and melt. Drag front heel again to the back left knee and breathe. So your focal point is your breath. That's the home, your home, the center of all things, the common denominator is the breath. No matter what, you have it. It's right and always in your back pocket. You can rest your elbows on blocks. If you're finding that you feel more free, you can take the blocks away and you can come down onto your forearms. Both palms face each other, finding that place. And then inhale, plant the hands right back to the front of your mat. Lift up the back knee and step back to plank pose. Walk your feet towards your hands. Come all the way up to stand. Forward, forward bend. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, release down. Inhale, extend the spine by pressing the shins back and the heart forward. And then exhale, soften and release. And that would look like this. So your inhale, extending the spine. If you can't reach the earth, please feel free to use your blocks on both hands. Extending the spine. And exhale, softening and release. Listen to your breath. Inhale, extend the spine. And exhale, softening. Last one. On your next inhale, step back with your right leg. Drop the right knee and lower and come down into a low lunge once again. Again, should you feel like you need to raise the floor a little higher, feel free to do so. And step here. So you're dragging back knee forward
and front heel back. From that place of tonifying, you're able to find that place. It feels so good. And exhale. Listen to your breath. If you feel that you can release those, feel free to do so and straddle the front left leg once again. On your next inhale, take both hands to the inside and drop the left knee over. And we want to equally lift the toes up so that the balls of the feet and the inner and outer heel of the front left foot is equal. You're not pushing more with the pinky edge of your leg or foot or more with the big toe mound. Staying here, just begin to keep breathing, focusing on that breath, going inward. Drag back knee to front heel. And lower your elbows down to the ground. They can face each other. Forearms can be parallel. From your back foot to the right butt cheek, you can tighten and tone and squeeze the muscles on the bone. Again, insulating the nervous system. Looking forward and down, your drishti or your eyes will be focused inward and down. And then on your next inhale, plant your hands to the earth, wrinkles of the wrist parallel to the front line of your mat. Lift up the back knee, step back to plank. Stay here, exhale, down dog. So from the tips of the fingers to the back of your heart, draw energetically up the body to the mid-back, right behind the heart. And from the heart, press through the arm bones, through the palms of the hands and get longer. And then from the heart up to the hips, lift and get super long. And then drop the tailbone down towards the heels to lengthen the back of the legs. Look right. Look left. And then inhale. This time, walk your hands to your feet. And then the feet up towards your hands. Extend the spine again. Flat back. Head forward, heart soft, hips back. Inhale, hips back, heart soft, head forward. And then exhaling. Inhale, extending the spine. On your next inhale, we wish to dive up. So keep the arms all the way out to the side. Then exhale, take the hands to the heart. When I told someone that we're doing snow yoga or SNOGA, it was more about what they were feeling was, well, I really feel like that's something I want to feel safe. That's a class that makes me feel like that would be nice if I can cultivate feeling safe. So let's kind of sit down. And actually, we're not going to sit down. Let's step back with our left leg. Stay here. Drop the left foot. Take the tops of both thighs back and roll the inner groins back. Slide the tailbone down to the low belly, in and up, and open up the arms out to the side. Look straight forward, right over the middle finger. Feel the ribs breathing. And exhale. To your back left arm. Sometimes it tends to float forward. Bring it straight in line with your ear. Both arms are budding out through the lungs, out through the arms. Good. Inhale, lift up the heart, and exhale, get deep. On your next inhale, get both toes to face the left side of your mat. Hands on your waistline. Energetically look up. And then exhale, dive softly down, feeling a sense of parallel of the upper body. And exhale, reach for the ground. If you can't reach it, use your blocks. Inhale, extend the spine. And exhale, softening. Inhale, extend the heart. And exhale, softening. On your next inhale, extend the spine, but allow yourself to
feel that you're squeezing, like you're putting energy tight stockings on, and you're drawing up from the shin, the knee, lifting the kneecaps up towards the hips, extending the spine. Keep the connection, this muscle energy, and slide down and soften up the heart. On your next inhale, look forward. Stay here, soften the heart. Inhale, take your hands to your waistline. Get the shoulder blades on the back and push the ground away. Root down to rise up. And exhale, slide that left toes to face the back of your mat. Again, front heel here intersects the back right arch. From there, inhale, lift up, and then exhale, release. Look over the front left fingers. Keep the breath moving. On your next inhale, lift everything up. Both toes face the left side of your mat. Make sure that your toes are even with one another. That one foot's not more forward, but it's all in line. Keeping that, inhale, root down to rise up. And then exhale just halfway. Again, squeeze the muscles on the bone, arms out to the side. You're just gonna lift it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, pivot facing forward. Step forward. Good. Let's take our hands to the heart. We can also take the block between the thighs. Drawing in and cultivating a sense of clarity. Why am I here? Why am I even on this planet? What am I doing? How do I find my place when everything I've ever known is no longer the way that it was? But you still have yourself. So stay here. Root down. Tuck your toes. Find the 4 corners of each foot, the base of the big toe mound, the inner heel, the base of the pinky toes, and the outer heel. From there, inhale, lift the arms up, squeeze in. Squeeze, 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 and tone. Almost feel like you're drawing the big toe towards the inner heel backwards. So feel that sense of toning in the midline, right along this beautiful midline. Find the breath, open the arms in a V. And then exhale, release, standing tall. Nice. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, dive all the way forward. Come down to the ground, reaching for the earth, forward bend. Exhale, just drop the head. Inhale, look ahead. Keep squeezing the block or a book or a can of beans, and exhale, release. On your next inhale, plant the hands to the earth and step back into down dog. From the back of the heart, press down, get long. From the heart up to the hips and down the backs of the legs. On your next inhale, drop to the knees. Sit all the way back to the earth, pointing the toes away. The arms are outstretched, wider than your mat. Bow your head, rise the armpits hollow like helium balloons underneath them and inside of them. The armpits rise up, shoulder blades on the back, head falls. On your next inhale, walk the hands all the way to your left side. You could remove the block now. So you want to stay nice and tall. Knees can stay together, or the 2 big toes could touch and the knees could be wide. Staying there, just lift up, so root down. Just twist a little bit over, keeping connection of the right sit bone to the right heel. Stay here. The chin is in line with the notch of the neck. That's how we feel stronger, more solid, tapping into our own freedom. And exhale. So what's really nice is that I hear the snowplow, which means that it definitely was snowing today. But rather than get upset about it, I'm going to embrace it and be like, okay, this is a SNOGA class, so let's SNOGA it and embrace all the sounds of snow, albeit silent, but loud. And then inhale, we'll go all the way over to the right side.
peering out into this beautiful snowscape, soulscape that we're creating by rolling with whatever is snow, cold, clouds. And then inhale, come center. Using your block or two fists, you can stack your fists. You're going to rest your forehead onto your hands. So watch. It could be like this. I make a nice, strong, stable place, and I just forehead on there. Stay there. Or using my handy dandy props, I can certainly wrap my hand around, rest my forehead down, and sit back. What happens is you can drop any thoughts that don't serve you right into the block. Feel the breath. Allow all the worries of the day to just fall away as you integrate the you are right now. And then inhale, rise up a little bit, looking ahead, and come to sit on your bottom. So I'm going to turn the mat around so you can see what's happening here. Turn it sideways. Okay. So sitting with your legs forward, extending them. We call this Baddha Konasana. So it doesn't have to be super in and the knees high, but you want to leave them a little bit open so the knees drop. Hold it onto your ankles, just lift up the heart, and then exhale, softening and release. Inhale, extend the heart, and exhale, elbows soften on the inside of your inner thigh, the lowest part of your inner thigh before you get to your knee, and soften. Blessing the sounds, if you can hear it, of the snowplow. And then inhale, rise up and extending that left leg out and drawing the right foot in. So we're going to keep the toes awake. So the toes tend to just point and fall, and we want to really have a sense of alertness. So the more alert we are right now and we draw energetically into the core midline, we're able to find that place of ultra containment. So you want to feel, you don't want to hyperextend that knee here, so you want to feel a little bit of a lift. So you can either place a sock, you can either put a block underneath there, if that's what may do it for you. But if you're one of those people that hyperextends, you want to keep a micro bend. Again, keeping these toes awake. Spread the toes super wide, nice wide. Taking the fingertips behind you, lift up the sit bones and widen them behind you. From here, inhale and exhale to soften. Walking forward, front forward bend. Finding the breath expanding into the lungs behind you and feeling the breath and the attention falling forward. So look to the earth as a place of just serenity, a place of knowing that the earth is always beneath us, a place of safety and security. And then inhale, walk yourself all the way to the left, come high upon the fingertips. And feel that right low waistline move all the way, belly roll all the way to the left, and then just bow forward. Again, keeping connection to the midline, hugging everything from the distal regions of the body to the core center, and then out through the legs, the arms, and soften. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, move the belly all the way to the left, and exhale. And then on your next inhale, come center. Drawing this left knee in. Let's crisscross it. One right on top, or crisscross at the ankles. Press the fingertips down to lift up. And then just hinge at the hips, falling forward. Melting the heart. So we're looking to punctuate our day, the daylight, to the evening.
We're looking to find a way to ease into the sleep cycle that's so reparative and restorative. So we're just priming the pump, priming the path, prepping. And then inhale, come all the way up and take the right leg out and draw the left heel in, come to the top of that left and extend that right leg out and sit down. So find that place. If your knee hurts you, lift it up and open up. So you stay here. We get solid. We solidify. We ground. We root down to. Imagine we are the mountain to rise up to the heavens, to the sky. Like that basketball player, before they shoot, they get ground force, grounded, pivot, before they pivot, and then they know what they're doing. Same thing here. So keeping that right booty cheek up, then open it up and drop it so that you're evenly placed on both sit bones. And then gently inhale, root down toward the right, chin in line with the notch of your neck. Inhale, rise up, and then exhale, twist that left lower belly to the right. Extending the heart forward, root down with the sit bones, reach up and out through the top of the head. If you were a bamboo, had a solid bamboo running through the fontanelle of your head, all the way down and out through the crown. Keep this nice and awake. Spread the right toes equally through the inner seam of the body as well as the outer seam of that leg. And then exhale, just hinging forward, reaching forward. So we didn't really get to do this on this side, so let's do it here. Take the left arm to the outside of the right shin, extend the heart, and exhale, soften. Down towards your knee. No bend and crick of the neck. And then inhale, come up, and you can stay longer should you choose to repeat this. And exhale. Then inhale, take one heel in front of the other. Open up the heart. If you have a bolster, a nice yoga bolster, or you have your 2 yoga blocks, you can just again rest your forehead on it. It's a nice, really nice place to let go of and root down to. So as you root down the lower body, the upper body, the head, the thinking mind can just relax. So we'll stay here and use the focal point of either your breath or the snow shovels or the cloud or the voices. Whatever that is, we find a place of safety by knowing that we can cultivate with deep respect and self-honor a new way of being in the world this evening. When you're ready, just gently walk yourself all the way to come sit up. If your knees are too high, feel free to support them. And then softly just begin to bring yourself back to this present moment. From here, we're going to lie flat on our backs. So find that place that you feel comfortable with. Sometimes people like to, but I'd rather us not do it. Let's just keep this here so you can keep the blocks underneath your knees, or keep the legs extended. You can bend your knees. You can place a block on your belly, one on your chest. And just let the feet be as wide as the mat, let the knees knock in. Take a nice yawn if you can. If you'd like to extend that left leg and the right leg. If you feel like a little imbalanced, take the knees in once again and gently press the floor away and draw your hips to your left and drop the knees to the right. Keeping that, you want to rest that right hand on the top left knee and look up to the sky or over towards your right fingertips, but not too far. Just find the place that feels comfortable. Again, breathing in this twisted position really detoxifies and allows the body to come into a nice alchemical homeostasis place. There's a wisdom to the body. It knows it's nighttime. And then inhale, rise up one knee and then the other. Press the ground away again. Lift the hips to your right and drop the knees to the left. Taking your left hand on the top right knee and looking down that left arm. On your next inhale, roll onto your left side. Breathing 3 breaths in the top right nostril. Knowing that you're getting ready for bed. Extend the top leg. Press yourself up to come up uber slow, super slow. And taking one heel in front of the other again. Opening up your heart. Embracing all that is. Transmuting it through attention to the breath and clarity, crispness, clean lines of alignment. Take the hands to the heart. Hari Om, Tat Sat, Shalom, Shanti, peace to you, to others, to the universe, and a prayer for an ease of well-being for all people throughout the world. May you feel happy, healthy, and whole. Namaste. Come up super slow when you're ready. Come back into your light, into your evening, and have a beautiful sleep.